In this video, I'm sharing my top 10 favorite phone apps. I would say these are the apps I use most often, but that's not really true because Instagram would be at the top of the list, and I didn't want to include any social media or entertainment type apps since those are not necessarily going to be the best apps to organize and simplify your life. Instead, my go-to picks are in the productivity, health, and content creation space and make my life not only easier, but better. It was a hard choice to narrow down my top 10 from the apparent 124 apps I have installed on my phone. I guess I need to declutter some more, but the ones that did make the cut help me be more productive and more organized, support my health and fitness goals, and simplify my job as a content creator. The first app on my list and on my home screen is Google Calendar, more specifically the Google Calendar widget. Widgets provide a little bit more context than the typical minimalist icon does. You can get widgets on your phone by holding down on the background of your phone and then clicking the plus icon on the upper left. And then you just search for the apps that have widgets. The view I've chosen for a Google Calendar shows me what day it is and what time blocks I have coming up next. Then I can open up the app and toggle between different views. The next app on my list is, of course, Notion. Notion is a workspace that houses everything I need to reference in my life and business. I have the regular app icon on my homepage, plus 2 additional widgets of pages I currently access most, my reading hub and then my quick capture page, which is where I add tasks and content ideas when I'm on the go. I'll link the video of my master tasks list below if you want to learn more about how I manage all of my tasks inside Notion. The next app might not seem like a productivity app, but Genius Scan is how I eliminate almost all that loose paperwork by scanning it with this app and then uploading the file into Notion. I mostly scan vehicle maintenance and repair receipts, medical summaries, and vet receipts because I maintain these records inside Notion in each of their respective logs. Genius Scan gives me a quick and easy way to get a digital copy so I can toss the paper version. Next up is ATracker. This is a time tracking app that helps me know how many hours I'm spending on my business and in certain parts of my business. This information directly contributes to me understanding my capacity because I can see how many hours I'm able to average in a day and in a week without burning out. It also helps me not spend an excessive amount of time on social media because that isn't always the best return on my time. You can even set limits or goals for certain task categories, and I have an hour set aside for social media. I don't always stick to it, especially if I'm creating a lot of reels at one time, but I do like having it there as a reminder. You Need a Budget, or YNAB for short, is my all-time favorite money management app. YNAB functions a little differently in that you don't forecast what you think you might spend from future income, aka your budget. You actually allocate the income you already have. But why I love having this app directly on my phone is because I can always see on the go what I have left to spend in a certain category. We use the category called fun stuff for eating out, and if we don't have much money left in there, then we know we probably shouldn't order takeout for dinner. This last app in the productivity and organization section is definitely more on the organization side of things, and that's Stylebook. This app was a lifesaver when I was creating my capsule wardrobe. I can add all of my clothing items to my digital closet, and then I can combine those items together to create outfits, or what the app calls looks. I've mainly organized my looks by warm weather and cool weather outfits. You can also add items to your I wish category, which helps me create outfits with the pieces I already have to see if that item would be a good investment. Now let's move on to the health and fitness category. I only have 2 apps for this section, the first being Runkeeper. I've tried both Map My Run and Runkeeper for running, and by far, I like the functionality and usability of Runkeeper better. You can also set your activity to more than just running. Sometimes I will set it to cycling, and then you just have to hit start. I get stat updates for every mile, and it's really fun to see all of my maps for each activity. The next health and fitness app is AllTrails. I love exploring the outdoors, so I'm pretty big into hiking and paddleboarding. I'm able to search for nearby trails based on whether it's good for hiking or paddling, read reviews of the trail, and then see the different stats like length and elevation gain. Then when I get on the trail, I can use the map to navigate, which has come in handy multiple times when the trail is not well marked. I do pay for the pro version of this, which is $35.99 a year currently. I find it's worth it mainly because you can download maps offline, which is helpful when there isn't much service out on the trail. You can also share your route with a friend or a family member using the Lifeline feature, which keeps others updated with your route and when you expect to be back, just for safety precautions. The last two apps I have to share are in the content creation category. The first one is Splice, which is a video editing app that I have found very much worth the $69.99 a year. I know it's a little pricey, but I edit a lot of my vlog type reels in this app, or reels that have a lot of video clips and footage. It's just easier to do it in this app rather than load it all onto the Instagram app. And then the very last app in this category is LensBuddy. Whenever I need to take a cover photo for a reel or a YouTube thumbnail and it has me in it, I set up my phone on a tripod and take the photo using this app rather than a normal camera app. And here's why. You can set a timer on this app just like other ones, but you can set it to also take a set number of photos with a few second delay in between each photo. So instead of running back and forth to your phone after one photo, you can take 10 or 15 or 20 of them featuring different poses and then save the ones you like best. And that's a wrap on my top 10 favorite apps on my iPhone. I always love trying new apps that organize and simplify my life. So I want to know, what are your favorite apps? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.